Now, as I mentioned, false evidence is worse than having no evidence. Of course, you're looking for evidence, but be very cautious about getting the wrong idea and not finding true enthusiasm from your customers. That's what you're looking for. And having the insights in order to get to more enthusiasm every time. So behavior is stronger than words. When you see somebody act and somebody really wants to buy your product or use your product, or there's like an urgency in what this person shows you, that's stronger evidence than actually words. You can fake words, but body language is a lot harder to fake, and also true enthusiasm, behavior upon a certain, maybe a prototype or a situation that you're acting out or something like that. That evidence is what you're looking for, true enthusiasm. So look at the long body language, and also take a good note of the intonation of the voice of people, because very often true enthusiasm shows through these signs. You don't want to end up with a nice to have. You want to end up with something that's really, really necessary and urgent for your customer. And as much as you can define that, the more success you will find in the market. Now, of course, when you're doing this testing, it could lead to two things. It could lead to having insights and improving upon your value proposition or your business model eventually, but it could also lead you to segment your market a lot more. So there might be some customers, potential customers, that have some characteristics in common that you have had overlooked before, that you will now find are more enthusiastic about your product than like a broad group of customers, of potential customers. So you could segment your market even further, and that will help you also in your marketing strategy later on, because then you know how to get to the right people, to your early adopters, to the innovators that will really help you to introduce your product into the market. Now, you're looking for true enthusiasm, and very often you can find that through micro expressions and body language. So that's what really shows the people and their feelings towards you, and also the concept that you're presenting to them. So think for a moment a bit about how will you respond if somebody apparently responds enthusiastic, but you really doubt about how true that attitude might be. Or if somebody really responds frustrated, how could you respond to that? Now, very often in these kind of situations, it helps to ask for clarification, to actually name the emotion that you're seeing in this person, and then really ask about it and why this frustration comes up. Maybe there's a very bad memory connected to this problem or this kind of solution, or maybe the person really likes you as a person, but not necessarily the product, and wouldn't really be enthusiastic to buy it. That kind of information is really useful for you as an innovator, as an entrepreneur, because that really tells you about how successful your product is going to be in the market. Now, in order to get to true evidence, true enthusiasm, there are a couple of do's and don'ts for these concept tests. So don't ask biased questions. Don't induce your, try not to induce your respondents into certain answers. And this is very often and also a not so conscious trap. So because you are enthusiastic about your concept or product that you're going to offer, you very often make your respondents, your potential customers, also enthusiastic about it. So try to get their real response and not your projected enthusiasm that you get back from these people. Try not to induce. You're not selling your product, you're testing it, and that's a really different attitude that you should have. Don't ask any questions that are just yes or no or a couple of options, because you want deep insights into what this potential customer is thinking about your concept and how it could improve and how they would actually use it and how it fits into their life. Try to get into a certain depth of the conversation and not to be too superficial, but really get into depth, and that will give you the necessary insights that you need in order to improve your concept.